Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen, because it is another national anthem reaction video where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, possibly one of the more malleable versions of these sort of national anthem videos go because, and I'm not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen, the two smallest nations. Well, okay, let me try that again. Okay, so two of the four smallest nations in the world we are covering, and it's technically the third smallest in the world we're covering today, and it is the tiny North Italian country of San Marino. Or San Marino. I think it's San Marino. I don't know why I'm saying Marino. It's football terms and stuff like that. So, first thing I wanted to draw to, and it's, again, probably just for the sake of just consistency, is its flag. White, blue, and three turrets on its coat of arms. All of them have, kind of similar to how we did with Liechtenstein just yesterday, we've actually got something just nice, vibrant, kind of pleasant. It's a very nice flag, I will say, all things considered. And so I say North Italian, and well, first of all, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is like, where is the Mount Titano? Look at the size of that, and look at it covers, and then basically it almost overlooks the whole of San Marino as far as sight goes. It probably escapades as far as Picinisco in northern Italy. But that is a I mean, just the picture on it by itself, that is a view for the ages, if you ask me. Look at that. And it's, curiously enough, it's very characteristically Italian as well for some strange... And you probably will know is that for anyone who's ever been to Italy like I have, and listen, I've been to France, I've been to Portugal, I've been to Spain, I've been to Italy, I've been around, you may say, around, sort of more around over the Channel and more sort of around the Mediterranean when we're talking about Europe. I've never really gone as far as Germany or Holland or even as far as Switzerland or Austria or Luxembourg, or even Belgium, or even Liechtenstein, for that matter. But I will say this, is that I don't know if it's just because of how different the sky looks, or the different sort of shrubbery you could sort of find, because it looks somewhat a little bit more, I don't want to say like a little less green, or maybe it's just like a different shade of green is sort of like what I'm looking for. And like for all those that know, is that when you get closer to the equator, it's you're going away from the meadow and the elm and towards the mountain and the vine is sort of how it's pronounced when you get closer to the equator. Which is not, again, that's neither good nor bad, to be honest. But again, look at that is a sight. I can't stop looking at it and almost gawping in excitement. I might even go to San Marino just to get a picture of that. Now, outside of it, where exactly geographically we're looking, and it's literally just on an island. Well, like I say northern Italy, but it's literally just off the Adriatic Sea, and it's literally just this tiny little island. Oh, that's actually quite cute, and look how, again, Mount Titano, you could probably get as far as Cervella just doing that. But I will say again, I can't get over the fact. Look at this. I wonder how high that is as well. I mean, of course, it's on top of a mountain, but how high we're talking here. So let's actually do a little bit of digging right here. San Marino is a mountainous microstate surrounded by north-central Italy, among the world's oldest republics. It retains much of its historical architecture. On the slopes of Mount Titano sits the capital, also known as San Marino, known for its medieval walled old town and narrow cobblestone streets. So it's almost like kind of a bit like Coronation Street, except somehow more so. The three towers, or castle-like citadels dating to the 11th century, which will probably be what we saw on its national flag, sit atop Titano's neighbouring peaks. So And again, if we're going to go into a little bit more history right here, it's got a population of 7,000 less than that of Liechtenstein. And we could also see as through here, and again, illustrations of Saint Marinus, the founder of the Republic and the prominent cultural figure. And again, even the surrounding architecture looks charismatically Italian. But then we even get into I almost want to know a little bit about how it's just managed to stay so hidden, and rather why a nation that looks as beautiful. I wonder if almost the idea of like San Marino is sort of almost looked as like not so much almost like a micro. Well, of course, yes, a microstate, but I wonder if it's almost like looked upon as sort of like a living, breathing museum, almost as though a sort of a relic of the old world, in which what happens here very much exists because it's been so ingrained in such a small, remote part of the world for thousands of years, and that's the way it's meant to be. It's kind of it curiously enough, even just looking at San Marino, the actual city, it curiously reminds me a lot of, and I've spoke about this before when I went to Havana, and I talked about how it literally looked as if you were stepping into the past as far back as 1965, and how the cars were enormous and were not less than at least 36 years old. How the architecture seems to have almost not aged, just being kept to its absolute nth degree. How everything seemed almost charismatically cheerful and upright and colourful and vibrant. This is the sort of same thing I'm getting out of San Marino, just through this small overview, you may say, is that it's sort of good that it's actually been preserved, almost for its architecture, its beauty, and rather as almost like the cornerstone of an ancient civilization that is still very much it's just sort of left to flourish and not become like the battlegrounds for conflict like Corsica or Sardinia. And again, Sardinia and Corsica, but they easily probably could have just overthrew San Marino if they wanted to. But I wonder if San Marino was just so small, and it would have been already under like the controls of the Romans as far back. But well, okay. So what I'm just trying to cut all this short, and I know it sounds like stupid almost to keep rambling on about seemingly nothing, is the fact that it just looks nice and very, very of its time. And of its time is absolutely fine. It's just sort of one of those things. So, in terms of probably its national anthem, Italian, yes, that's probably to be expected. But outside of that, is it going to be relatively the same or almost verging on the direction of the Italian national anthem? Because that will be one of the ones I will be returning to in a matter of days. But I kind of also want to cover a lot of things that have been left untouched to this point anyway. So please rise, ladies and gentlemen, for the national anthem of San Marino. Inno, Nazionale, della Repubblica. now actually, like I've said this before, and it almost coming back to almost what I said about Greenland's national anthem. It was gentle, it was warm, it was respectful, and it honors such an ancient republic, almost as though it was sung through the throats of thousands upon thousands of voices, which maybe that says more about how cherished or how honored it probably is to be in such a great republic, or probably certainly one of the old one, because one thing that they always come back to is they worship it as, oh, ancient republic, and that's like no mean feat as well. I think again, it's hardly the sort of thing you can just straight up ignore. It's absolutely for what it means to be, and certainly I want to know exactly just how different it probably is, maybe from their Italian brothers and sisters, because I don't know. Again, it's probably just me through wishful thinking, but I reckon it probably looks it looks actually quite different to a lot of Italian ways of life, or rather just their approaches to food, to agriculture, to life, to work, to death, all of these things. And it's again one of these great things, ladies and gentlemen, about exploring and getting into the really small nitty gritty stuff. So far we've covered at least 3 of the smallest nations, and there is still at least one more I want to cover, just to cover all of the really small ones. So make sure to check us out very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope all of you guys have enjoyed the national anthem to San Marino, and I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.